Okay, let's do this review of Smackdown. Obviously, I am late on this review. Honestly, it's going to be 2 reviews anyways right after this one, so I'm doing the Smackdown review. Yeah, you probably heard that Dell sound, but I'm doing the Smackdown review first, and then right after, I'm going to do the AEW Rampage review. But Smackdown, there's a lot to say about Smackdown tonight. First off, we do kick off the show with John Cena. John Cena came out, basically, talked about Roman Reigns and, about his report card. He said he had a report card for Roman Reigns. School is starting back up, so let's give him a report card. And he gave him a D, and there's many reasons he gave him a D: for being a D bag, for being a what below average D, a D head, and also a big disappointment. So a lot of dick jokes from Cena right here as usual. But Cena basically says he's going to give, he's going to give Reigns an F at SummerSlam, an F you really. But Cena says he wanted to hear what Tulsa had something to say about it. Basically, people everybody started saying Cena then, and asked me if he thought that the crowd, if Roman Reigns going to beat him at SummerSlam. And Cena said that answer is right. Reigns will beat the hell out of him at SummerSlam. But I know that, Roman Reigns will lose at SummerSlam, and there's not a damn thing he can do about it. But next thing you know, Roman Reigns came out. It is very long entrance. As they enter the ring, Cena says, fireworks, long entrance, the Paul Heyman right here. And, as Reigns had the mic then, it says, yo, Cena, you waste no time. But, and Cena says, I'm not gonna waste time, but I can't wait to embarrass you at SummerSlam on the big stage. He says. Reigns says, that's all you got, huh? Same old Cena, same thing, same everything. You're not giving nothing different to him and whatnot. And he sees a guy who thinks it's his show. Everybody plays by the rules and whatnot. He said everybody knows that it belongs to them, as Cena said this show. And Cena went on talk about Reigns. I see it's a little bit hard for you to hear and whatnot. And Cena basically came back, who could shut him up? You talk all the time, and you're going to get a big piece of humble pie and whatnot at SummerSlam when I beat your ass at SummerSlam, he said. And Cena basically, as people, Team Cena, Team Reigns, which people, went with Team Cena. But Reigns says, I thought you was going to come up with something original and fresh, but you come out here making a whole bunch of D jokes and penis jokes and whatnot. And yeah, seeing if you can give him something to cut me with. Come on, give me something big and whatnot. And Cena basically said, "I'm going to beat you at SummerSlam. I don't need to prove myself to you. That's what's historic about it, because I just need to pin you. I become 17-time world champion, and then I become the most decorated champion of all time," as Cena said. But I'm here to help Reigns. Okay, I'm going to help you. And Reigns saying, Cena wants to help the tribal chief and whatnot. But Reigns went on and told, Cena, don't go and bury my opponent and, not take him seriously. I respect you. He said, you're one of the greatest of all time. You can juggle in Hollywood and come back to WWE. And, it's going to be proud to say when I beat you and whatnot that, you're good, real good. You're good enough to even win the WWE championship, but not good enough to win a Universal championship. Your 20 plus years of, missionary and whatnot. It's been good for you, but it wasn't good enough for Nikki Bella. And I'm going to smash you, he says. And I'm going to retain this title. I'm going to send you back to Hollywood on a jet. And then everybody can enjoy the last time you're going to see John Cena, because this will be the last time you ever see him and whatnot. And then Cena says, I'm the one you want to talk about me, making all the penis jokes and, my ex, love life and everything. And, you got those giant bars of soap for teeth. But look at you, man. You've been protected. You had the shield, okay? You almost ruined Seth Rollins. You ran Dean Ambrose out of the WWE, which that got a huge reaction, I should say. And, you've been here for 10 years. You've main evented 5 WrestleManias, and the system has protected you, and it's not going to work, he says. Listen, just ask Paul here. I could take a lot of punishment. I built Suplex City, all right? I just, all I got to do is hang in there. All I got to do is just 1, 2, 3. I win, and I become the champion. And, when I take that title, I'm going to jump the barricade, leave the stadium as fast as I can. I even may just give you a kiss goodbye. Basically a CM Punk, big CM Punk reference right there, okay? Very big CM Punk reference, Money in the Bank 2011, so I did laugh when he said that. And he said, it's inevitable at SummerSlam, okay? Because the champ is gone. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm gonna take that belt and I'm gonna get on that plane. And I'm gonna take this title to Hollywood with me. So yeah, that's the promo. Basically, very good promo between both of these guys. Some would say the promo from a few years ago, 2017, was a little bit more more brutal. Honestly, Cena destroyed Reigns a few years ago back in 2017 on the mic. He just straight up murdered him at that point. But this was good. I will say that it is kind of late now to be doing this a week before the pay-per-view and whatnot. Maybe they should have did this right off the get-go. But still, this was very enjoyable. Next, Apollo Crews went against Shinsuke Nakamura or King Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a very good match. I enjoyed it. But you know, I kind of figured Nakamura was going to win. Listen, Nakamura is super over right now, of course, with his entrance and Boogs coming out playing the guitar. And this was a really fun match to watch. But I already knew Apollo Crews was losing the minute he had the jobber entrance and whatnot. He didn't even get an entrance. He had the jobber's entrance. So, I look at his Intercontinental title reign. Other than his feud with Big E, he didn't really have much really kind of going on at the same time. He feud with, like, who else other than Big E? I'm trying to see who else they really feud with. So Nakamura being this over and whatnot. This probably was the right decision, but it was, Cruz's title reign was kind of here and there. And then, like I said, I knew he was losing when he got the jobber's entrance. Caleb Braxton saw the Street Profits talk about their concern the last time they fought Alpha Academy, saying they want the smoke. Basically, they beat them in 3-4 minutes and whatnot. So they did beat the Alpha Academy. Dawkins in his finisher onto Gable for the win. So that wasn't bad. Seth Rollins came out then, and Rollins talked about, Edge's not going to be here tonight. Fans were pissed, and, people chanting, we want Edge, but Rollins says, I want him too out here. So we're going to bring the next best thing. I'm Edge light apparently and whatnot, but Edge can't stand, that in his career and that, my career's a little bit better than him. And then they had a video package. Talk about both Edge and Rollins is, I guess ways how they came in from being in the Brood with Edge, with, Seth being in the Shield, trying to make him look better. Edge, say he's the first person to cash in the Money in the Bank. But it pales in comparison what he did at WrestleMania 31. Edge just won 2 Royal Rumbles and came up short at WrestleMania 2 times. But Seth Rollins won his Royal Rumble and he beat Brock Lesnar. And, the footage doesn't lie. And Rollins, basically said, you all should be thanking me because if I didn't stomp his neck in 2014, he wouldn't be standing right here right now. Because, he wouldn't have this comeback in career. He wouldn't be pushing his kids on the swing. His kids would be pushing him in a wheelchair. So it's not 2014 anymore. Things have changed, and I'm not going to hold back, okay? So basically, I will stomp your head into the mat, and, I'm going to put you away for good. So, good promo. At least Seth got a little bit more heat out there this time than usual. So, that was not a bad promo. Ray and Dominic were in the back. Ray telling Dominic, you need to focus, man. You're becoming overconfident. You lost last week. We need to be ready for those tag team titles, which was Ray and Dominic versus Rude and Ziggler. Usos ended up showing up on the screen, but Dominic still got the roll up on Rude for the win. So, getting ready for the match at SummerSlam is the Usos basically saying, y'all ain't going to last at SummerSlam. Baron Corbin, the poor man himself, as he looked horrible, saying he had to file for bankruptcy. And, society likes it when you fail. So I'm going to ask you one more time for help. I want $1,000, a minimum. And he had his credit card scanner right there. Kevin Owens came out and says, basically, this has gone on long enough. Okay, $1,000. You wanted $100,000 from, Drew on Monday, and you ruined Finn Balor's contract signing, but you're doing whatever it takes, I see. Basically, how about this? If you can beat me, I'll give you $1,000. But if I beat you, you stop asking people for money. And then next, Corbin agreed. So, blame Owens. You did this to me. Owens hit a stunner. I'm surprised this didn't end from there. But this match went on another 10 minutes, apparently. And, Kevin Owens still won with a big sunset flip and whatnot for the win. Owens ended up giving him a stunner one more time, leaving him there. So, Owens, making him stop. But it's in the back, they had Big E, of course, with the Money in the Bank, holding a big giant board for Bianca to sign her name. And then as Corbin's walking in the back, he ended up pushing Big E and jacked him for his shit. So that was funny, okay? But yeah, Corbin, what will he do next? He's now jacking folks for their Money in the Bank briefcase and whatnot. So he literally just walked up to Big E while he's standing at the table, pushed his ass, and just took that shit and ran off. So that was his last resort, I guess. Now I'm gonna steal the Money in the Bank. But in the end, no, we had a contract signing between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks for the Women's Championship. They, at SummerSlam they got going on. And Bianca said, if you want a rematch, you could have just asked. And then Sasha says, rematch. Okay, I don't need to ask. All right, bitch. And basically, I demand my rematch. But then, I got some witnesses out here and whatnot. Carmella and Zelina Vega came out. Banks says, yeah, rookie, I bet you didn't see that coming. Next, Bianca ended up fighting all three of them off. I like when she did this freaking handstand off the announce table or the contract sign table and landed on Sasha was good. But she fought everybody off. Sasha ended up hitting a bank statement and slamming her head on the table and then doing another bank statement on her before the show closed out. So, like I said, a lot of things to say on this show. The contract signing wasn't bad. I'm sure everybody mostly going to talk about the Cena Reigns promo in the beginning and face to face and whatnot, and an Intercontinental title change tonight. Even Corbin's Jack and Biggie for his shit was actually pretty good too. I thought that was funny. So SmackDown was pretty good tonight. It wasn't that bad, but better than I thought last week's show. A lot didn't have going on. This week, I did enjoy it a little bit more for SmackDown. So other than that, that's my review of SmackDown tonight. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace out. Tell me what you think about SmackDown in general. Okay, so what did you think? I don't know, but tell me if you liked the show or if you did not like the show. But a couple newsworthy things here and there tonight. Okay, so other than that, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.